Good morning to you. High temperatures in Florida have sparked forest fires. There's currently a heat wave on the eastern side of the Mediterranean. Is there going to be a heat wave here? No such thing. In fact, slightly below average in temperatures across the British Isles for the week ahead. The big picture shows the clear skies through the Mediterranean out into the Atlantic. And it's in the central part of the Atlantic we've got an area of high pressure, but it's a long way from home. And even down towards the Azores, where we normally expect to see at least some sunshine, there's a fair amount of cloud, and that cloud's going to be with us as we move through the week. Well, these weather fronts bring air down from the northwest, and with sea temperatures out in the Atlantic in the range of 12 to 16 degrees Celsius across the British Isles, it means for those west-facing coasts and hills it's never going to be that warm, and the breeze probably the strongest by the middle of the week, with rough seas down across the southwest peninsula, across the western side of Scotland as well. Probably the lightest wind on the other side of the British Isles down through the North Sea, and here the sea state's relatively slight. Let's look at the situation then as the week runs along. We see these weather fronts drop across the southern half of Britain, a pulse of rain here, gradually moving away from the south, and then relatively dry weather, I think, for much of the British Isles through Tuesday and Wednesday, but it won't be long before another weather front arrives, and that weather front will rattle across the British Isles through Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, introducing quite a brisk westerly wind and generally quite low temperatures, especially across the north of Britain, the average temperature around 18 or 19 for the British Isles. Looking at the situation right now, there's a lot of cloud across the British Isles. Down here in the southeast, there's probably the best chance of seeing any prolonged sunshine for the rest of the day. A few holes in the cloud developing elsewhere. In some of those west-facing areas, the cloud's thick enough to give some light drizzle and outbreaks of rain. Best temperatures, well, around 24 degrees, I think, along the south coast, where we may hold on to a little bit of sunshine throughout the day, but cooler the further north you are. And this weather front reluctant to move away from southern areas for tomorrow, but it also holds the temperatures up overnight tonight, as much as 16 in Kent for the overnight period. So that pulse of rain staying with us for the first half of tomorrow before it eventually pushes out the way. Brighter, dry weather to follow in behind, a scattering of showers perhaps getting into Scotland and some clipping the east coast of England. More in the way of sunshine as we move into Tuesday, but then by Wednesday, the next weather front arrives, the wind increases, and a band of rain crosses the British Isles through Thursday and Friday. Cooler, fresher air moving in from the west, so temperatures likely to be around 17 in Belfast, as much as 15 or 16 in northwest of Scotland. And Friday's not much better. Many of those west-facing coasts and hills are seeing a lot of low cloud and drizzle. The best for dry weather and the best for sunshine in the southeast. That's all from me. Bye for now.
Down in southern Europe. In fact, temperatures not long ago across central Spain in Madrid were up to 33 Celsius. That's 91 Fahrenheit. For us in Britain, well, there's a lot of cloud around. In fact, we've got this frontal system here bringing rather gloomy weather.